do. Head coach is Mike Rhodes. Johnny Dawkins. Oh, I haven't even seen it. Begin. Taco. We'll go with that. You should ask the question. Student athletes from UCF are en route to the dais at this time. And again, a reminder, for Sunday, tip times have been set. Duke versus Central Florida at 5:15. Game 2, Oklahoma versus Virginia, will follow 30 minutes afterwards. The credential pickup as well as the media workroom will open at 1:15. Wait for Dad to get here and we'll be good to go. Yeah. Right here. There you go. It's late. I don't forgive you. That's okay.
Look at that and look at the card.
University of Central Florida head coach Johnny Dawkins with student athletes Aubrey Dawkins, Taco Fall, and BJ Taylor. Coach will have a brief opening statement followed by questions directed for our student athletes, and then we will allow them to be dismissed. As a reminder, the locker room is open at this time. After the students leave, we will have questions for Coach.
Well, we beat a very good basketball team. Of course, everyone knows the tradition that VCU has. Coach Rhodes has done an amazing job with his group. And as you know, everyone in this room, that tournament is very unforgiving. And we're fortunate to be moving on. I thought they made a great run in the second half, showed who they were down the stretch defensively, in making threes, hats off because they played for the full 40 minutes, and I'm just proud of our guys for staying focused and winning a very good basketball game.
Questions for the student athletes. We'll start third row on the right-hand side.
BJ, as you know, this program has waited a long time for a moment like this. It's part of the reason why you stayed in Orlando to go to UCF. Can you articulate, just on behalf of yourself and your teammates, what this victory means to you and to the program tonight?
I mean, it's great. It's a great step. I think it's hard for me to talk about it right now because we're in a moment, and we are already getting ready for the next one. So I mean, but it's great for the program. It's a great win. But we'll reflect on that after the season's over. Right now, we're not satisfied. We want to keep this thing going. So we're ready to get on to the next game.
Staying on the right side, the guy in the hat.
Taco, kind of the same question. I wonder if you could talk about also the impact of being able to say that you were part of the team that notched the first tournament victory in this program's history.
It means a lot to us, to me, to the fans. I mean, finally being able to pull it off after all these years has meant a great deal to us. But like BJ said, we're not satisfied. We want to keep going as far as we can, and we're going to bring it every night, no matter who we play against.
Front row here on the left.
Taco, you had your double-double tonight. UCF's first double-double in the NCAA tournament. What did you see on the court tonight against VCU?
Obviously, we had the size advantage. I mean, I think we had the size advantage pretty much over any team we're going to play against. But we just took advantage of it, and my teammate trusted me, and I was out there, being aggressive and just like I'm supposed to do every night, and just trying to make plays for us to win the ball game.
Staying here on the left, second row.
Aubrey, BJ, when you guys were running into the locker room, it sounded like you guys were yelling Duke, Duke, Duke. I mean, obviously, what does this next matchup mean to you guys?
Well, first off, to answer the first part, I didn't hear nobody say that. I didn't hear that. But I mean, it's a great first win for us. Like Coach said, we beat a really good basketball team tonight, and Duke is our next opponent, and we're going to treat them like every other opponent. We're going to prepare. They're a good team, and we have a lot of respect for them. But we're going to treat them just like we treat every other team that we've played this season. Just trying to go 1-0.
On the outside, on the right side, right.
This is for Aubrey and Taco. What was going through your minds when the VCU was making that run, and what did Coach say to you guys to maybe calm them down during that timeout?
Got locking on defense and cut their water off. We know they're going to make runs. Basketball is a game of runs, so we're prepared for that. But like I said, we figured we got to stop that, cut their water off, and do right there. And our defense is what did it.
Taco, anything to add?
I mean, like Aubrey said, basketball is a game of runs. Teams are gonna make runs. They're really good basketball team. So it's only right that those things happen. But we just have to lock in and just stick to our principles and just make plays.
Right side.
Wayne Epps with the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Aubrey, about 13 minutes ago in the first half, it seemed like you guys really started clicking the gear offensively. What changed? What was the difference to kind of get you guys going after the slow start?
Just shake the nerves off. It's a big game. The biggest stage that UCF's been on. So for us, we just had to shake the nerves off and get used to the flow of the game, and that's what we did. And once we got used to the flow, things just started to click for us. We played good basketball, moved the ball, played unselfish, and good things usually happen when you do that.
Backside on the left.
Yeah, for Taco, 18 boards tonight, 5 blocks. You altered a bunch of other shots. You talked about being aggressive. Being in the tournament, did that make you even more fired up?
I mean, I feel like I've been the same. You don't just turn it on and off. You gotta do it every single night to prepare you for nights like this. So, but it's all credit to the guys and the coaches just pushing me every day, trying to make me do my best out there, and it's paying off.
On the right side.
To BJ again, I know you said you're in the moment. You guys are in the tournament. You don't want to think about it, but you talk about leave your legacy basically every week this year, about leaving your legacy and all that. Is this at the head of that? This kind of win at the head of that statement?
I mean, yeah, at the moment. Like I said, we want to see how far we can take this thing. We're not satisfied. And, I mean, yeah, we all came here to leave our legacy. That's why we came here, and that's why we came, stayed to play for Coach Dawkins. But like I said, right now, we're gonna go to sleep tonight and wake up and get ready for our next game.
Take one more question for the student athletes. Stay here on the right side.
To Aubrey and BJ, really all three of you. How long? Well, to Aubrey, how long does this win last? I mean, you talk about moving on, but how quickly does that actually happen?
Right away. I mean, we don't got an option. We don't have the luxury to be happy about this victory. We got to keep winning, and we're motivated. We're not satisfied with this, so we got to on to the next one.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Dawkins? We'll start back row.
Yeah, Coach, a lot of firsts this year. First NCAA tournament win for this program. What's it mean for your building?
Well, I mean, I think when I look back on it, it's going to be really meaningful. I think right now we're in the moment, so we're still happy that we still have more basketball to play, and so that's what we're excited about. But I'm just really proud of our guys. I mean, they worked hard to put themselves in this position. I'm happy to see them take a first step in this tournament, and I'll think about all the things about this season that they've accomplished along the way, when we finish. But right now, we just stand in the moment.
The right side.
Coach Mike Barber, Richmond Times-Dispatch. From your vantage point, Marcus Evans, their point guard, how healthy did he look? What impact did he have on the game? And was he the player you prepared for?
We felt that he would be ready to go tonight, and he was. I'm not saying he was 100%. I don't know that because I'm not in their locker room, but I thought he came out to compete. They're a very good defensive team, and so are we. And I think we really did a good job of game planning for him to be at his best. And I thought our guys really were locked in and trying to take away the things that we knew he liked to do. But he's a terrific player. He's a first-team all-conference player in their league. And I think he's a terrific point guard. And he has a bright future.
Coach, on the right side.
What stood out to you most during the 19-0 run that you guys were able to really stretch the lead out? What stood out to you most during that run?
I thought we played some of our best basketball, both ends of the floor. I thought defensively, Taco's presence down there was amazing. I thought we rebounded it well. We knew they were going to crash the glass hard. And then offensively, as Aubrey mentioned, I thought we really made a lot of connecting plays. We shared the basketball. Guys found shots in rhythm, shots that they normally take. And they were knocking them down tonight, consistently. And I think that helped build the run for us.
Again on the right.
It's early, but do you have any impressions of Duke? Obviously, I'm sure you've seen a lot of them maybe this year.
Actually, I haven't. When you're doing what we do for the last 6 months, you don't have much time to see anyone other than your opponents. I have seen them play bits and pieces, 3 minutes here, 4 minutes there throughout the season when you're taking a break from your scouts. But I hadn't seen much of them. I'm looking forward to seeing them, this evening and tomorrow as we start to prepare. But I know Coach. I mean, he's amazing, and I know the young men that I've heard so much about, like Zion Williams and R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish. I mean, those guys are terrific players, along with the point guard Jones and the rest of their players. So I know they're really talented, and it's going to be a good challenge.
Coach, back row on the left.
Coach, can you elaborate on Taco's play tonight, his performance? He seems to have really gotten better the last half of the season. Was tonight sort of the ultimate in that?
Well, we've been challenging Taco all season long about, really imposing his will on the game. And I think probably the last 6 weeks you've started to see a turn in that. He started to, see, what he was capable of doing out there on the floor. So I'm just excited for him. I mean, now he gets 18 rebounds in an NCAA tournament game, a double-double. I mean, that's having a huge impact on the game. And he's capable of doing that. So I'm just really happy for him. I'm happy that he's realizing the type of impact he can have on both ends of the floor.
Right side.
What does it mean to you to be the coach of a team that gets the program's first NCAA tournament victory?
I'm proud of our guys. I'll always look at it as me being proud of my team, proud of my coaching staff. I mean, I look at the guys that really make this go. I mean, we have terrific coaches. I mean, Taco's improvement you've seen over the last 3 years is a result of how hard these guys have worked with them. BJ doing the things you've seen him doing, transitioning into the position he's in now. Again, our coaches. I mean, so I think we have amazing coaches. They're very talented guys, and that's a huge factor in, I think, the development of our overall student athletes. And then you look at our strength and conditioning coach, and you look at our trainer. I mean, these guys have kept these guys going, kept them healthy all year, kept them playing at a high level. So, it takes a team to accomplish these things, and I'll always think about that. I'll think about all the contributions of the staff. I'll think about the contributions of each individual player that I've had a chance to coach.
Coach on the back left.
Duke has meant so much to you, obviously, as a player and assistant coach. If you had your druthers, would you rather play somebody else? I don't think Coach K likes playing his guys, does he?
No, I feel the same way. I mean, I was like, we'd rather not play each other, of course. I mean, we're friends. I played for him. I've worked for him for over a decade, and it's not something you look forward to doing. I mean, we know in this type of setting, and we're all competitors, we do what we have to do, but it's not something we would just pick, let's play each other. That wouldn't happen under any other circumstance other than a tournament. And, it is what it is with that. You got to get ready to compete. They're going to do the same thing, and both teams will come out prepared.
One last question for Coach. On the right side.
How did you feel like your guys handled their press?
I thought for the most part we handled it well. I mean, I watched so much tape of those guys and what they do. I mean, their weapon is their depth, and they just keep coming at you with body after body, playing at a high level. And you're going to wear down. You're going to have some mishaps with the basketball. That's just it's inevitable. But I thought our guys, for the most part, handled it well. I thought the turnovers we had, not a lot of them led to, easy baskets for them, which was good. Our guys were able to scramble, get back on D, and make them set up or take a tough shot. So I thought all in all we handled it fairly well. We had 15 turns. I'm disappointed, but under the circumstances, I thought that was a good number for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, guys, thanks. Take care.
Also, as a reminder, for those that may not have heard earlier, tip times for Sunday have been set. Duke versus Central Florida at 5:15. Game 2, Oklahoma versus Virginia, would follow 30 minutes afterwards. The credential pickup as well as the media workroom will open at 1:15 on Sunday. Yeah, it'll be on several more times. Student athletes from Virginia Commonwealth University are on their way. Again, a reminder, tip time for Sunday, Game 1, Duke versus the University of Central Florida at 5:15. Game 2, Oklahoma versus Virginia, approximately 30 minutes later. The workroom as well as credential pickup will open at 1:15 on Sunday. Duke versus the University of Central Florida at 5:15, followed by Oklahoma and Virginia approximately 30 minutes later. The workroom as well as the credential pickup will open at 1:15 on Sunday. Yes, sir. Virginia Commonwealth University head coach Mike Rhodes is accompanied by student athletes Isaac Van, Malik Crowfield, and Dariante Jenkins. We will have an opening statement from coach, allow questions then to be directed to the student athletes before we then direct questions back to Coach Rhodes.
Credit to UCF and Coach Dawkins. They played a great game. It was an exciting game to start off with, and it was back and forth a little bit. I thought we had some momentum. I thought our defense got us going a little bit, but then we just missed some shots. You're not going to score like other games around the basket as we have most of the year. We knew that, but we had opportunities. We had some open threes we didn't make. They made, and they got a run there. And then in the second half, we just very uncharacteristic of us, but we lost our composure there, and they made a run there that really got them going, and that had a lot to do with the result for sure.
Questions for the student athletes on the left second row.
Guys, what do you feel like was maybe the biggest factor in some of the shooting struggles? It seemed like you guys were getting some looks, just wasn't falling. What do you think was kind of just the biggest factor there and some of that early on?
We'll start with Isaac and go down the row.
Well, definitely in the paint. Taco 7'6". Some of those shots that we usually get at the rim is kind of hard to get those with him down there. And we got some good open looks from three. We just couldn't knock them down tonight.
Malik?
Based off what he just said, Taco 7'6", he holding the paint down. So we had open shots. So in the first half we just couldn't hit none, but in the second half we got it rolling.
Yeah, they pretty much said it all.
Front row on the right, and as a reminder, if we could introduce ourselves and our affiliation.
Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch for Dariante and Isaac. When there's a 7'6" guy rebounding, does that even affect your shots from the perimeter, knowing that there might just, most of the time there's only going to be one shot? Is that putting extra pressure on you?
Over the course of the game, you really don't even think about it. I didn't think about it until you just said it. And, you just got to outwork him, and that's what we tried to do tonight. And unfortunately, he did a good job.
On the left side.
What started Malik? What started clicking? Down that stretch. About 10 minutes to go in the second half, when you guys started hitting some shots. What do you think kind of led to that? You had back-to-back threes there for a sequence, and you went on that 11-0 run. What really sparked that run down the stretch?
Well, they had made a huge run, so I'm thinking on the bench I need to bring some more energy so we could keep this game a little bit more closer. So when I got in the game, I started hitting 3 threes in a row and started bringing back more energy. Then Dariante started hitting threes, so that's what got us going.
Front row on the right.
Paul Woody, the Richmond Times-Dispatch. For all the players, could you guys go through what you felt like you accomplished this year, what you learned, what you gained, and what you carry into the off season and the next season?
Let's start with Derante and come towards me.
I believe that the work that you put in, it tends to shows. And for a whole group that get out of their own way and just want to see each other succeed, you get the things that happen to us, like winning regular season championships and having a great year, going on winning streaks, and having our fans show support and everyone rooting for us. And we just got to build on it and come back even stronger next year.
Based on what he just said, we had like everybody down us going in the summertime. We had to push ourselves during the summer to get back where we need to be at for the VCU, and it really showed us how we win the regular season champs and we went on these winning streaks.
And just the fact that everybody, from the end of last year, everybody brought in, everybody locked in, and I mean, all the hard work has just paid off. I mean, and just because it ended tonight doesn't take away the fact that we had a great season.
On the left again.
Kind of piggybacking off that, what are you most proud about of this year? Again, the kind of the turnaround you guys were able to experience, seeing that work pay off, and how does that propel you into next year with all the pieces you bring back next year?
Seeing everyone hard work pays off at their given time. You never know. It was days where some dudes were down and they just kept working, and eventually they had their game that all their hard work paid off, and everyone was excited for them. And we all just wanted to see each other succeed. No matter who it was, we didn't care who was the hot man that night. We all just wanted to win, and overall, it was just a great season.
Are there any more questions for the student athletes? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach. We'll start in the middle.
Hey, Mike Barber, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Marcus Evans told me that he told you, I don't have it tonight, essentially. What did he have, and what did you think of what he gave you?
I thought he gave us some, just him being out there was great psychologically for our guys, without a doubt. He did some good things. He got us going in the press with pressure on the ball. Just that, you saw him. There's certain movements going to his left and to his right laterally that is just tougher. You play with that bone bruise like that, there's certain things you can do, there's certain things you think you might be able to do, but it's not there. He did some really good things, but you struggle too when you're not 100. He's been through a lot. He wanted to play. He wanted to play in the NCAA tournament with his guys. When we knew he'd be able to play yesterday, you could see the guys really excited for him, and that says something about what everybody feels about Marcus and each other. So, but not one of his finer games when you look at the box score, but his presence out there is what we need, and it just we fell short. But that guy needs an off season. He hasn't had an off season in a while, and he'll be back stronger than ever.
Right here in the middle, Coach.
With him having sort of, maybe not being quite the level he wanted to be, how did that affect maybe the offense, shot selection with him at the point?
You try to maybe throw one up there and try to get some momentum and all that stuff. He forced a couple. I thought he got off the ball at times. In the first half, he had the ball moving here and there. We just didn't make open shots. I'm going to go back and watch the tape probably tonight, and they made a run there. They made two. We had two wide open ones. We missed it. They had two wide open, and Marcus got the ball moving a little bit, but it just wasn't there for him, like you've seen throughout most of the year. It's tough, but he wanted to make sure he was with his guys, and we wanted his presence out there and his experience out there, and that's how it goes.
Front row on the right.
Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Mike, everything in the paint, everything around the room is going to be really challenging for you tonight. Do you think that it has any effect on perimeter players when they know it could be a one-and-done shot?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's as much about one-and-done. No, but you can't mix up your game as much. You're a perimeter guy, and you can, guys are running at you because you're known as a three-point shooter. You don't tend to maybe get by that guy and get by that closeout as quick because follows in there. Early in the game we attacked. We had a couple plays where we created some contact. Some things didn't go our way. We had a couple good finishes, but they don't help as much as other teams because they don't have to, and so they run some three-pointers down, and then you maybe take a couple contested ones, or you do take a tougher two. And, you know, I didn't think we took awful twos in the beginning in the first half. I just thought we missed some wide open threes. And, you know, we knew going in this game, you know, we're not going to get some easy ones around the basket, or we're not going to power over him throughout the game. So we knew we had to make some shots. When we got downhill and we moved the ball, we got some open shots. We just didn't make enough of them.
Coach in the middle.
Mike, if I can ask one more on Marcus.
Sure.
Obviously, he went to Texas with you, to Rice, came back here to VCU with you. What is your relationship with him on a kind of more personal level like?
Yeah, we've been through a lot. We you know, when you become a head coach for the first time and you get your first recruits, it's a special thing because you don't have much of a track record to say. So you know, there's a lot of you know, belief in a relationship before you even get on the court, and it's almost like you talk about taking a chance. You take a chance on people, and he, you know, I recruited him hard to take a chance on him, and he took a chance on us, and we had some special things go there. And you know, his sister went to VCU, and you know, of course, the same high school as Briante Weber, so he was very familiar with VCU, and we recruited him a little bit when I was assistant. So, you know, he was really excited to come to VCU, and he's been through some stuff, but he had a pretty awesome year this year for everything he's been through. So it's a cool relationship. You know, we're tough on each other because we both want to win. We got an edge. I think it's awesome. But we also, being through some experiences, you know, it makes you want to not let each other down.
On the right in the front row.
I'm Mike, I think. Do you know who I am?
I got you.
Got me? Okay. What do you take from this season? What did you establish? What's the foundation you've built, and how does it carry forward now?
Well, you know, this stinks right now. This hurts, and you know, I didn't want to see these guys go out because I've had a blast with these guys. But the culture. We after last year, I just made it a point of it. There's certain things we're going to do in this program. We're going to demand a certain level of work, accountability, approach, and these guys rang the bell, man. I'm so proud of them. They made it about each other. They worked really hard together. When the lights aren't on, and it's in the summer and nobody's around but the players, and they're doing all the work, we built a culture of based on work and making sure we're taking care of each other. And I think that makes it hurt more when you lose, but you celebrate more when you win because you're doing it for your brothers and the family approach that we talk about. So as much as this stinks right now, I'm very proud of, you know, a lot of people counted us out, never thought we'd be in this position. I told the guys this time last year that if we really work and put the program and the team first, great things are going to happen. And throughout the year, they really did. And I'm proud of these guys for that.
One last question for Coach, the left side.
Going into last off season, of course, the priority was defense. So, you know, with what you guys were able to accomplish this year, what's your priority heading to this off season and looking ahead to next year?
Get better, flat out get better. I mean, that's everything to me. If you stay the same, people pass you out. We got to get better, and a lot of things. I mean, we'll go back and reevaluate the program from how we tie our shoes to how we throw the ball in the post to how we shoot, how we play defense, and you know, that's one thing I believe in, is that you got to reevaluate everything in your program, all different ways, and so you can evaluate it and make it better, because that's the most important thing. I want these guys to grow. I want them to get better. I want them to be better than they were tonight. I want them to be better as young men, and that's very important to me. And we'll go back and reevaluate every part of the program. From the head coach all the way down, heck, to the managers, to make it better, because that's what these guys deserve. Let's help them get better.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Just the final reminder for the evening. Tip times for Sunday: 5:15, Duke versus the University of Central Florida. Game 2, Oklahoma versus Virginia, will tip approximately 30 minutes later. The media workroom as well as credential pickup will open at 1:15 on Sunday. Have a good evening.